Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. So on my main channel, I did a Movie Monday video where I watched all 3 Toy Story movies in a build up to Toy Story 4. And a week later, I uploaded my review of Toy Story 4. So here's both those videos together in one video. All 4 movies reviewed in one video basically. So yeah, enjoy the 3 uploads. Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. So it's time to take Movie Monday back to what it used to be about, watching movies, and that's what I love. I love watching movies and talking about them. So yeah, we're gonna go back to that. Gonna go back to marathons. There's 2 marathons I've got planned coming up. The next one is Batman, which should start next week, I think. And there's a new series coming called My Movie List. So I got a list of movies to watch, and I'm just gonna like watch through the list basically. Have like 4 or 5 movies per episode. So that's like gonna be a monthly thing, I think. First Monday of every month, what I'm planning for probably. So there's things coming up. We're watching a lot of movies for Movie Monday because that's when that for me was the best Movie Mondays. But I just took a break from that because I wanted to make videos about the Avengers and Godzilla, etc. Because I'm a big fan of both. But yeah, back to today. So we're starting today with Toy Story because Toy Story 4 is coming out this week. Now, Toy Story 4 is not something I'm hyped about. I'm looking forward to it. Based on the trailers, it could be good, but also based on the trailers, it doesn't feel necessary. And to be fair, no movie is necessary, but still, you know, it doesn't feel like they've earned the right to come back. I mean, they have earned it, but it doesn't feel like they should come back, make a 4th one, because they ended it on such a nice and an emotional note with Toy Story 3. The trilogy was amazing. All 3 of them were good. All 3 of them were good. And I'm gonna watch them all in this video, by the way. I'm gonna like, there's no like reaction, like live reaction, anything like that. But after I watch each one, I'll talk about it. But the first 3, I felt they were all really good, and it was great. And they ended it with it ended it really well, in my opinion. So I don't see why they need to come back for a 4th. I just think it's a bit over the top. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it's like really, really good, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also like cautious as well because it doesn't feel like it could be great. It doesn't feel like it should happen, but hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully it's an amazing movie again. So yeah, I'm gonna watch the first one right now. Childhood memories, really. Like, I grew up with a lot of movies, a lot of Disney Pixar movies, not just Pixar, but like Disney in general, like The Lion King, Incredibles, all the Toy Story movies, Monsters Inc. Cars was a bit late, but I did like Cars. There were a few others too that I've forgotten the names of. My mind's gone blank. And not just Disney either, also like DreamWorks as well. Shrek and Ice Age, they were amazing. I love Shrek. The first 2 Shreks were just amazing. And there's a new one coming, I think. I think they're doing a remake. Either it's Shrek 5, but I think it's a reboot. I have no idea, but it's in the works. It's been in the works for a couple of years now, so yeah, I might do a Shrek episode at some point. But the point is, as a kid, I would watch a lot of animated movies. For me, it was either animated movies or action movies. One of the 2, really enjoyed those. And Toy Story was one of those things that were amongst my favorites. So I'm looking forward to revisiting my childhood from years ago. I'm looking forward to seeing them again. Because it's been a long time since I saw any of these movies. It's been a long time. It's been at least 10 years. Like, I don't think I watched Toy Story 1 or 2 after like 07. And I've rewatched number 3 a couple times, but last time was like 10 years ago, I think. So it's been a while, so it should be a good like rehash, a good recap of the movies, etc. So this should be fun. So let's watch the first one. To infinity and beyond. You are a toy! Iconic lines. I remember those lines very well. Anyway, yeah, this movie was a nice throwback. It still holds up as well. It's old animation. I mean, it came out the year I was born, 1995. So that's a while ago, 24 years ago, which is, it's been a long time. Makes me feel really old. But yeah, it was definitely worth checking out. Like, there's bits in this that I remember really well, and there's bits that I forgot as well. So it was a nice throwback, a nice rewatch. And yeah, it was great. Like, the chase scene at the end was just really fun as well. And yeah, it was a good story as well. And you know, obviously I remember it, but still, it was really good to rewatch it. Also, there's a reference I saw. In that movie, there's a gas station called Dynaco. Dynaco is from Cars. The, what's his name? I can't remember what his name is, but the blue team in Cars, it's Dinoco. I'm just like, whoa, there's a little connection there. They're not in the same universe. They could be, but still, I mean, I know there's a lot of connections there, by the way. There's a lot of different connections between Pixar movies. Like, they do that subtly. But I just noticed that one from Toy Story. I was like, oh, wow. Well, I just noticed that. I was like, whoa. Isn't that the name of the Cars team? But yeah, there's that. Yeah, that was a cool little Easter egg right there. So yeah, this is a good rewatch. I'm gonna watch number 2 right now. No, I am your father. I was waiting for that line the whole time. I was just waiting for that moment where they referenced Star Wars. But yeah, once again, it's really good. They're all good, to be fair. Like, I can't figure out what's the best one, to be honest, because they're all really good. Toy Story 3 came out in 2010. Didn't realise that. I thought it was earlier than that for some reason. I thought it was before in 07. Don't really know why. But, so it's not quite 10 years ago, it was 9 years ago. So I watched it a few times, that's for sure. It feels like it was longer than it was. But still, anyway, Toy Story 2 was obviously really good as well. It was quite fun as well, it was quite thrilling. I think I prefer the first one. Just slightly. I feel like the second one has like more emotion to it and a better storyline, I feel. So there's that, but I don't know, something about the first one that I just love. And what we have left is the third one. The one with the emotional ending. I am not ready, but I'm gonna have to watch it before the 4th. So let's do this. You know, what seems to be a recurring theme in the Toy Story movies is Woody sees something as he sees it. He tells the truth, no one believes him, and suddenly he's proved to be right. This happened a few times, it's happened again and again and again. It's quite funny, like, they never trust him. They never fully trust him until they find out the actual truth. It's quite funny. I almost forgot to watch the third one. It's Saturday night now, it's almost, well, it's Sunday now. It's like, it's Sunday in the morning, and I just finished watching this movie Monday. So yeah, Toy Story 3 is definitely the most emotional one. It's the longest one as well, it has the most depth, I think. The best one is probably Toy Story 2, actually. Even though I said the first one was better earlier in the video, but if I was gonna rank it, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 1 and 3, 2, 3, 1. They're all great though, that's the thing. Like, of all the Pixar franchises, this one has been consistently great. Not just Pixar, but like animation in general, with sequels. This has been, all 3 of them have been great. The thing is though, number 3 was so emotional, which was good. It was a nice story, it was more complex. And it gave a great emotional ending. Like, it gave an ending and it was very emotional. Like, I was getting emotional as well watching it. I was just, because I was like, I remember that ending very well. Like, there's parts I don't remember of the movie, but the ending I remember really well. So having to experience that again was pretty touching. It's been a long time since I watched it, and it's great, you know. It was a great ending, and that's why I'm skeptical for Toy Story 4, because they ended it so well with Toy Story 3. Why are we getting a 4th one? That's why I'm very worried, because sometimes all it takes is one movie to like ruin it, you know. And hopefully that's not the case. I don't think it'll like ruin it, but there's a chance it could be like not that good, and I hope that's not the case. Although I have seen reviews, like, I don't really trust reviewers anyway. Like, I always like go into the movie open-minded, not expecting good or bad. But I've seen reviews from YouTubers, from critics, and they're positive. They're largely positive, so that could be a good sign. But again, I don't trust reviewers like before the movie. I watch the reviewers, see what they think, but I go and watch it open mind anyway. Hopefully I like it, and hopefully it's good as well. Hopefully others like it as well, because again, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's worried about how this could go. It could go badly, but we'll see. But Toy Story 3, so damn good. They're all good in different ways. Like, the first one was like a nice introduction to everything, you know. It was a nice simple storyline. Number 2 did everything better than the first one, really. It was still great as well. And Toy Story 3 just delivered on the emotion, and they delivered a fantastic ending. So yeah, hopefully, like, I guess Andy's story's over now, so I guess it'll be more about Bonnie in Toy Story 4. So Should be interesting. I've seen the trailer. I've obviously seen the trailers. The most recent trailer, the final trailer, I think it looked pretty fun. So it looks like it could be like a really fun movie, based on reviews as well. Apparently it's very funny. Apparently it's the funniest movie of the Toy Story franchise. So that's another thing. So I could probably see myself enjoying it. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. I am looking forward to it though. Not like extremely hyped, but I'm looking forward to Toy Story 4. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to revisiting my childhood. And yeah, there we go. Hopefully, I think like knowing Disney, they'll probably like make it emotional again, because even if they like get other franchises wrong, they usually always get Toy Story right. So if they get it right again and they deliver emotion again, it could be something something nice, something good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just not like that excited. I'm being like, just being here, not up there, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is definitely worth rewatching. Definitely worth rewatching. It's a good like refresh. Like I knew everything that happened anyway, like the endings, etc., all the main parts. But like it's good to like rewatch like other bits that I don't remember anyway. So yeah, it's a good recap. So now I remember like the whole story very clearly before watching the fourth one. So yeah, I would like to see Andy cameo though. Imagine like an older Andy turning up. That would be quite funny in my opinion. Is he gonna be in it? I have no idea. But to infinity and beyond. Let's review this movie. So a lot of people's childhood's coming back to life this year. Toy Story 4, Lion King remake coming out. There's Crash Team Racing. There's a lot of throwback things coming out this year. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, I just watched Toy Story 4. And the trilogy was my childhood basically. Like the first two especially were my childhood. The third one was great as well. And the thing is though, they were also great. First, second and third were great. And I thought the third one ended it in a great and emotional way. I thought that was like a very nice ending. So when I found out they're making a fourth one, I was like, I'm not sure about this one, Chief. I'm really not sure, because like going into it, I was just worried, because I don't feel that they needed to make a fourth one, because I felt they ended the third one so well. So I was so worried about it. Then I saw the trailers and they looked quite fun, but I thought like, is this necessary? Do we need to see a fourth one? Like, is this really what we need? But when I saw it, I mean, I saw the trilogy earlier this week. Actually, last week actually. I got a video on it as well. If you want to check it out, it was on Movie Monday. I watched the whole trilogy through recently, and just to get a refresh basically of like what happened, etc. I remember a lot of things in there as well, but it was a good refresh. It was a good refresh. Going into Toy Story 4 with Bonnie and stuff, and Bonnie makes a new toy, but that toy doesn't want to be a toy, it wants to leave because it's actually a fork, and Woody tries to keep it in check, and then it escapes, and then Woody goes after the toy, and then it goes one after another, and they explain like characters coming back as well. There's characters that are not in this, and characters that come back that were gone in previous movies, like Bo Peep. She's in the trailer by the way, so it's not a spoiler, but she comes back, which is cool, and they explain like how she went, like why she wasn't there in previous movies. So that was good. I like how they did that. I like how they explained that side of it. And yeah, there was some cool things, like there were some really cool things in it. And going into it, like I was worried, because like, do we need this movie? I said this about 10 times and I'm sorry. I repeat myself too much in these reviews, but as I started watching it, my doubts started to go away. This was a good movie. This was really, really good. I did enjoy it. It was really emotional as well. Like, I didn't think this would be anywhere near as emotional as Toy Story 3, the ending. But the ending of this was emotional as well. I was just like, whoa, you're trying to get me here with this emotion. It was kind of crazy. And it was pretty funny as well. There's some great jokes in there. There was one bit towards the end that was like hilarious. I can't say what it is, but I was laughing out loud. Everyone was really in the cinema. But yeah, it was really fun. It was funny. It had an emotional ending. It had a good story. The villain in this has a motive, and you understand the motive. I can't really say much beyond that because it'll be a spoiler. But yeah, the villain was actually interesting. They gave some depth to the villain, which is pretty cool. Not the first time they've done that, but still, I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, there were some cool little things happening here. And there are characters that get sidelined. There are characters that don't really do much in the movie, some main characters. But that doesn't really matter, doesn't really affect it too much because we have more than enough toys in the movie anyway. It's hard to fit everyone in, so it all makes sense. But yeah, they balanced it all really well. Like, it was a really well-made story. Yeah, it was like, I think it was an hour 40 minutes long, which is quite long for an animated movie. But it was, every minute was worth it. Like, it was actually really good. I did not expect them to be able to do this movie this well, especially after the first three. That's why I had my doubts. Like, the first three, we had a trilogy. It was all good. It had a great ending. And I was just like, why? But now I'm just like, okay, why not? Because that was good. That was damn good. I really enjoyed it. It was like revisiting my childhood, but with a sequel. And yeah, and the ending, there's some emotional bits in there. I was just like, whoa, okay, you're not gonna get me today, mates. And it didn't get me, but geez, like, it hit me pretty hard, hit me quite hard. Similar to Toy Story 3, actually. Probably a bit deeper as well, to be fair. I prefer Toy Story 3's ending just because it involves Andy, but still, Toy Story 4's ending was pretty emotional. It was pretty emotional, but I quite liked it. And to be fair, if they want to end it here, then it's a good ending. Credit scenes, by the way, there are credit scenes almost straight away. When the credits roll, there's like 3 or 4 scenes happening straight away, and then those scenes end, then the main credits roll. And after those credits, after all the credits, there's an extra bit. It's not really a scene, I'm not going to spoil it, but it involves the Pixar logo. That's what I'm going to say. So everything finishes, the Disney logo is gone, and the very last thing of the movie is the Pixar logo. Something happens there. So if you wanna check it out, then it's fine. Like, it's not really like an amazing scene, but you know, it's just a little like 2-second bit in there that you might find a bit funny. So if you want to stay around for that, you can. But definitely stay around for the first credit scenes. They'll be like straight away, be like the first minute or two. Also, by the way, after the credits, they paid tribute to 2 actors voice. I think they're 2 cast members that passed away recently, sadly. Rest in peace. So if you want to see that, then you can. There's no pictures or anything. They're like showing words like rest in peace, and they show like catchphrases and stuff. So it's just a few lines. But if you want to see that, you can. And after that is a Disney logo. Then something happens with Pixar. Something happens. That's all I'm gonna say. And you see Dinoco again. Like, is Dinoco like a common thing in Pixar movies? Because I'm really just realizing it, because I saw it in Cars, obviously, because it was a company in Cars, and that was great. But when I saw it in Toy Story 1, I was like, wait, what? There's a Dinoco company in this? Are they linked together? I saw Dinoco again in this movie. Dinoco was a gas station like in the first one, which is pretty funny. But yeah, the whole Bonnie storyline and the whole new Forky toy where that doesn't want to be a toy, that was quite interesting. It's a good story arc, I feel. Woody's story arc was pretty cool as well in this. I liked Woody's story arc. Obviously, it's centered around Woody quite a lot, these movies. And they did him justice. They did him well. Tom Hanks, he is a legend. He's a legend. Whether it's live action or voice acting, he can do it all. Tom Hanks is the dude. He is the guy. He is the man. Movie rating. 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. It was good. It was a very good movie. It was very good. Was it the best one? Nah, I think maybe the second was the best one. They're all great. They're all really good though. All 4 of them. Like Pixar and Toy Story, it seems to work. So they could probably make a 5th one work as well, to be honest. But I don't think they should. But you know, if they did a 5th one, it would probably work too, because they seem to know how to make Toy Story movies. Regardless of what else they do, the Toy Story ones, they always get right for some reason. And that's great. And that's great. It is a good franchise to get right. Anyway, yeah, 8.5 out of 10. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And see you.